Assalamualaikum, very good morning to Ms. Shakira and my fellow friends. My name is Nufar Shakira binti Mahai and my matric number is 205408. How about you, Atika?
Hi, my name is Nur Atika binti Khairuddin. The matrix number is 206192.
So for today we're having factors of mental disorder topic. So before we go through our presentation, I would like to inform you guys about according to our Ministry of Health, almost half of Malaysian people having a depression due to pandemic COVID-19. So, in addition, almost 500 people having a suicidal attempt. So this is a serious and very dangerous issue. So today, both of us going to talk about two major factors of mental disorder for adolescents. And for your information, both of us from education faculty and we are the first year student of Bachelor in Counseling. So introduction, mental disorder is about syndrome characterized by clinical significance. It will disturb individual cognition, emotion and behavior. For example, mental disorder will make someone thinking abnormally and behaving like not normal people and so on. It will also give a big impact to our psychological, like how we think, biological, it's about our health, and also developmental process is our physically, our physically, our physically activities. So as a preview, today we're having a biological factor and also environmental factor. Our first main point is biological factor. My supporting point is genetic. Genetic is, we can talk about gen and also DNA. We as a kids, we get what our parents had. For example, is if our parent having a mental disorder, it's we having a high risk to get their mental disorder too. And we can also talk about family background. For example, if someone in our family having a mental disorder, like I said before, if our parents having a bipolar disorder, at least one of the kids also get bipolar too. So as adolescent, to get to easily to easily known if we have any risk to get mental disorder, we can do some research about family background to get know the right answer about mental disorder. So my second supporting point is chronic illness. Chronic illness is about someone who living abnormal conditions. Someone who having a chronic illness, they feel like they are not accepted in the society. For example, now we having a gadget and internet. So someone who having a lack of disabilities, like maybe they having they can walk normally, they can talk normally and so on. So we are adolescents get easily feel insecure toward others, toward our friends who are living normally and happy with their ideal body and so on. So this kind of people who are having chronic illness, they will get insecurities, feel insecure easily, and it will lead to depressions. So it can be one of the reasons to the mental disorder problems. So I also highlight about example of the chronic illness such as disabilities, autism, obesity, intellectual and also disabilities. Intellectual disabilities. I guess that's all from me. I will pass to Atika.
Okay, I will continue with main point 2, which is environmental factor. One of environmental factor associated with mental disorder is the death of a loved one. Hakin and Polivka mentioned in their article that the sudden loss of a loved one can trigger various of mental disorder, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, major depressive disorder, and phobias in individuals with no history in mental illness. It is because when a person lost somebody, they can be traumatic and feel truly heartbreaking, especially to adolescents, which is still young and need a loved one to always by their side. So they feel increased pain over time, no motivation to interact with people, intense emotions such as pain and anger toward the loss. And this can lead to a state of depression and mental illness. Secondly is the racism. Do you know what is racism? Racism is the belief in the natural superiority of one race over another. It also considered as a particular stressor for mental illness and can become a chronic stressor when an individual experiences acts of racism in daily life and causes trauma. For example, being treated differently or unfriendly because of race, skin color, and ethnicity. Experiencing racial discrimination can take a heavy emotion toll. According to the study in US, it was found that a person who had been victim of racism had increased risk of depression, stress, and hypertension. In short, experiencing it in daily life within the environment is very bad for adolescents who are victim of racism. In conclusion, we have seen that there are numerous factors can lead to mental disorder for adolescents by biological factor and environmental factor. According to Ministry of Health, mental health conditions are expected to be the second biggest health problem affecting Malaysians after heart disease by 2020. The effects of mental illness can be temporary or long-lasting. So, before we end our presentation, I urge all of you to taking steps to control your stress, increase your resilience, and boost your low self-esteem to help keep your symptoms under control. That's all from us. Thank you for your attention.